Okay. Leg day.
Yeah.
Leg day posterior focused. Um, I definitely think I enjoy running this split still though with a um, kind of alternating posterior and quad focused uh, leg day. I find that to try and really focus on both of them, it's a lot. Uh, and unless you're gonna like take out all compounds and do just like kind of like isolation type movements like leg extensions, leg curls, etc. I find it's kind of, I don't really want to say counterproductive. Um, some people can probably do it, but I definitely feel like it pulls away from one or the other if I'm trying to really train both like all ass. Um, and whichever one's first is obviously going to be the one that's probably going to get hit the best. And not that like, not to say that on my quad focus day, whoa, my ooh, the beta's kicking. I feel it. The beta Allen, I think, yeah. But yeah, not to say that like on my quad focus day that I half-ass the posterior stuff and vice versa, but in the sense of like, so a quad focus day will probably start with a quad focused compound like a squat movement, squat pattern movement. Typically going to be a pendulum for me because we have a pendulum. Uh, and then finish off the quads with isolations, and then just isolation movements for the hamstrings or the posterior on the quad day, and then kind of a vice versa or a flopping of the volume focus and movement choice for, in the sense of a posterior day, it's going to have some type of a, ideally like a hip hinge movement to kind of target that posterior chain, really target the glutes, but also a little bit of the erectors, a little bit of the hamstrings, just that whole posterior chain, and then finish that off with isolation movements. So, individual leg curl type variants and maybe glute stuff. And then we'll touch on, quads, but I'm not going to go and do a whole quad compound, especially midway through the workout. I personally, I just feel like I'm not going to be able to put in the adequate level of just intensity. I feel like my energy's tanked. Um, so today, I realize I'm just kind of like ranting. Not even ranting, just kind of rambling. Um, oh, my back. So today, posterior focus, going to start off with a hip hinge movement. Um, I actually can't believe I don't use the machine that I'm going to use today more often. I've never used it since I've started filming. I've used it maybe once or twice. Um, hmm. It's, I'm trying to describe it. It looks like a shrug machine. Like it has like a neutral grip in the sense of kind of like a trap bar, in that you don't have a bar running all the way through and you just grab by the sides. You'll see when I get in there. Um, and you could use it for shrugs, for standing shrugs, and you could also just use it for what I'm going to use it for today, which is any type of hip hinge movement, really. Um, I mean, I guess you could use it for like trap bar type deadlifts, uh, but I mean, I'm going to use it for hip hinge and try and target my glutes and hams, but mostly my glutes. See how that feels. I've been not enjoying any of my glute training lately. Part of it's I've been neglecting my stretching in terms of like not letting my lower back get super tight, so I'm just feeling uncomfortable in a lot of my hip hinge movements. Um, but also I've just kind of run bored of some of them. Uh, so we'll see how that feels today, and then after that, um, I'm gonna hop right onto the adductor machine, get nice 2-3 working sets of that, finish calves after that, and then hit hamstrings. I would like to do hamstrings like right after my hip hinge, like glute movement, kind of, get all posterior stuff done at once. The reason I'm not going to is because if I really fatigue out my hamstrings before I get on that adductor machine, I find that regardless of how strict I am with the form, I find that my hamstrings will want to cramp up and grab. And so it makes that movement a little more, I want to say difficult, maybe tedious is the right word, for trying to really push proper intensity into. I mean, if you've ever trained adductors like properly, definitely try it one day with your hamstrings like pre-fatigued, and then try it doing it before your hamstring work, and I imagine you'll probably notice a difference. So I just find that I can train my adductors more effectively if my hamstrings aren't fatigued before I hit them. I don't feel like having fatigued adductors. I got something in my eye. I don't feel like having fatigued adductors really subtracts from any of the quality of my hamstring training. So that's why I order it that way. But yeah, so glute focus, kind of hip hinge movement, adductors and calves, and then finish off with probably 6 to 8 total-ish sets. Probably closer to 8. Probably 4 and 4. Leg curls, both lying variation and seated. And then just touch on the quads at the end. Probably just six working sets on the extension. I might make each one of those a drop set. I don't know. But just slam some fucking stimulus and intensity into the quads in a productive amount of time, and then call it a day. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna finish up the drive and whoa there, and I'll see you guys in there. All right, this is the machine I was talking about. I haven't really used it consistently, so still trying to figure out where I want my foot placement and whatnot. Because again, I'm just trying to focus on my glutes as much as possible. Oh. Okay, so starting to get a hang of how I want to hit these. On that last set, as you saw, I started for the first majority of the set going full ROM, standing all the way up, and I felt that at the very top I'm just losing tension in my glutes. I didn't feel like finishing off that extension, just getting me a better contraction. I just felt like the more upright I stood, I was losing that tension on the glute. So it almost, it's kind of hard to tell without actually holding the machine, but it feels like where I'm standing feels like right around here is that top end of the glute tension. Anything past that, you start to lose that. So I think I'm going to keep the range of motion kind of around that midway point. And then similarly in terms of going all the way down, I didn't feel like I was getting a huge advantage in terms of the tension on my glute by making sure that I was going all the way to the floor with each rep. And the thing about this is because it's not a bar where gravity's always just trying to pull it straight down, it wants to swing back this way. So you can stand a little bit behind it and have tension pulling you inwards, which I guess aids the ability to get a good connection to the glute without having to fully extend in terms of standing up. I'm gonna cut it out so you guys can't see, but I don't even know if I'm gonna use straps again because these, they're like a free motion, or the word, they have a lot of our, they're not fixed like a barbell where, you know, you're trying to attach your straps and get set up to a barbell. And it's super easy because, you know, the barbell doesn't really sit there and move around on you and rotate. So you gotta push against it, and you can set up one hand at a time easily, whereas these obviously just fucking jiggle on you and rotate around. So do the last set without them and see if I liked it better with them. I think this is the fourth set. Yeah, so I did one before recording everything. That was like an set, but I was facing that way, so didn't feel as good. But come on. Thanks. And so I'll basically fail into partials. Next. 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 I like that little pause. Pause. Oh. Oh. Good. Hey. Fuck. Come on. Come on. Got that. You got that. Next. Next. 3 more. Next. 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 Oh. All right. Finished off adductors. Finished off calves. Didn't record those. You guys aren't going to watch it. I had to do the dreaded mid-workout poop. I
I don't know about you guys, but I personally, I do not like going to the bathroom while I'm at the gym. Nothing wrong with like public bathrooms. I'm fine with that. I used to struggle with that as a kid, but I just don't like interrupting my lift. Like going piss, that's one thing, but kind of take a full shit. Yuck. It's a big disruption of the lift. But anyways, that's out of the way. Now we've got the simple shit. Curls, and then seated curls, and then just leg extensions. Figure something out.
Five right now.
5 right now?
5 right now.
Okay.
Fools. All you. 5. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. 5. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, babies. Babies.
Ah, shit. I accidentally pulled the seat forward. Alright, we'll just restart.
Got another 5. Let's go. That's good. You want to drop?
Yeah. More.
Just burn out with one leg.
One leg?
No, one leg.
Oh.
No, yeah. Not one leg.
I was like, the foot?
Yeah, just burn it out. That's fast. Two more.
Okay. Legs. We were here for a brick. It's just water. We were here for a brick. A minute, a while. But got everything done and got everything done quite effectively. Took a little longer because, like I said, I had to go poo. So I got like an eyelash in my eye. But yeah, so that took some time, and then I got to meet two people who. So my gym is by my college, and I live in my apartment in the summer. But so, it's not super packed at the gym this summer. But as I guess people are coming back and moving back in as school's starting soon, got to talk to two people today that watch my content. More so my TikTok content, but and not to like dick ride myself and act like I have like this huge following. I do not. But as like humbly as I could proclaim, it's obviously, oh my God, wow. It's obviously very cool to, hear anybody come up and be like, hey, I watch your content, I like your content. So that's a surreal experience. It's pretty cool. Both of them one of them was younger, and he just said hi, said that I motivate him, and I'm like, it's cool. I always feel like super awkward because like I never know how to like respond because I don't want to come off as like conceited or anything like that. But it definitely is definitely is nice because obviously growing up, getting into enjoying the gym and stuff, there were obviously people, various people that I looked up to and that motivated me, and so to whatever number of people that I'm now doing that for, even if it's one single person, or tens or hundreds or however many, that's obviously a very full circle, cool experience. So, and then also onto the aspect of what took so long. There's a IFBB Pro that goes to my gym, big guy. So obviously had to chat him up a little bit, had to get some words of wisdom in, get some talking. In terms of the lift, not really too much to talk about. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm just picking at my eye this whole time. But yeah, not too much to talk about. Glutes went good, adductors went good, calves felt good. I ended up doing one set less than I was kind of planning to for hamstrings, but that's also because my buddy ran me into the ground with that like 30-40 rep set. So yeah. And then quads, I just I cut my rest time a little short in between each set to try and finish up. In terms of some aspects to talk about, my conversation with the IFBB Pro. So obviously he's a pro. He's a pro at this. He's also, I don't want to say a lot older because it's not like old, but he's older than me. So, years of wisdom.
He's probably. I actually have no clue how old he is. I want to say at least 30s. He's like one of those guys that like I could believe him being like 30 or 50. I don't think he's 50, but he's got like very he's a very wise person when you talk to him. Nevertheless, all right. So, he's older than me. I think he's at most 30s, like late 30s. I think. I could be completely wrong. Nevertheless. Oh my god, let's move that out of the way. Oop, 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 oop. So, I was asking him about. I just asked him. I was like, "Hey, when you were like, in like your deepest into like devotion towards bodybuilding, and revolving the most of your life around the sport, how much variance or variety did you have to what you ate during the day? Like, were you on a meal plan eating the same exact stuff, same time of the day, every day, day in, day out? Or were you a little bit more, flexible with it, knowing like, okay, I know what I need to have in this meal. The sources in which I, get those nutrients might change. So if I need X protein, fats, and carbs, I might switch up what I actually eat in order to fulfill that. So that's what we started talking about. And as you guys, if you guys watch this stuff, I currently struggle with applying a level of balance to everything. For me, it works. But in order to also provide a fair, experience to the people around me in my life, like for example, my girlfriend, or my family, I want to be better at, being able to be a little bit more flexible in the sense of, oh, if my final meal is X amount of protein, fat, and carbs, instead of needing to have exactly my meal prep, I know that, oh my god. Okay, if I know that I need to have X amount of protein, fat, and carbs in my last meal, instead of it needing to come from, my prepped meal prep, I can, go out to dinner with my girlfriend and, be smart about what I choose and eat pretty close. Or same thing if my family wants to have dinner. Like, for example, I went home with my girlfriend to see my family for the weekend, and my family made, these big, nice steaks and potatoes to have a family dinner. And I ate my meal prep, and my last meal right now is basically red meat, rice, and pineapple. And so that's very easily something that I could have macro swapped for the steak and potatoes, but I didn't, because I'm like, you know what? Yeah, if the way that I sit right now, I currently feel very comfortable in my routine, and going out of that routine, in all honesty, I feel on edge, for lack of a better word. I'm a creature of habit. And so as of right now, I'm in the mindset of, okay, if I'm gonna veer off course or veer off of my, routine, I'm gonna make that exception for my girlfriend, because she's the one that's dealing with me, day in, day out. She's my rock. She's my support system. Not that my family isn't, obviously, but I'm living at school, so I'm not seeing my family every morning, evening, and night. They're not the ones, having to be by my side and go through everything with me. And Anna is. So out of anybody in my life that deserves that exception to be made for, it's 100% her. So, and obviously I want to work towards being able to branch that out, especially because I'm in the off season. If I do another show, it's not for another year almost. So, in all reality, I could fit some variability and some flexibility into my lifestyle. I could fit a free meal. But that balance doesn't feel comfortable for me. And so I'm home, so I'll just kind of wrap this up. But the spiel that I wanted to talk about was that, my water fell. I've had a lot of people ask me about what is a healthy level of balance between the gym and life and whatnot. Or how do you balance, meal plans and vacation or whatever. And an honest answer to that is it's subjective. Um, you know, for me, what I feel comfortable in balance wise, the majority of people would probably look at it and describe as unhealthy. Um, and you know, what a lot of people would probably consider good balance, I wouldn't feel comfortable in. I would feel like I'm lacking dedication. And that's just my personal how I feel about myself. I'm not passing that judgment on to others. Um, and so, you know, another example is, I've had people, a specific question that's been asked is, I've had people ask me, how do I eat when I go on vacation? How do I deal with meals and meal plans? And my answer is not going to be a typical answer for your everyday person or for your everyday gym guy or even for your everyday bodybuilder that's in the off season. I don't go off plan. I don't eat out. I don't like skimp on my diet plan. If I go out of town, the first thing that I do, aside from maybe like dropping off my bags and stuff at wherever we're staying, is I go to the nearest store, I go to the nearest Walmart, nearest supermarket, whatever, and I pick up my basics, my chicken breasts, my probably my rice, um, and my red meat or my eggs, just the basics of what I need to be able to fit in and stay on plan. And that's what I do. And I don't like going out. I don't like doing that stuff. But that's what I do. And just because that's how I do it doesn't mean it's the right way. Doesn't mean it's what's going to work for other people. Like I've spoken to plenty of people that are bodybuilders and that are bodybuilding. And when they go on vacation, they're like, if I'm going on vacation, I'm enjoying my vacation. And to them, that's, going out to eat, not partying, but, enjoying the time off. And I personally don't find that enjoyable. But that doesn't make me right and them wrong. That doesn't make them right and me wrong. It's a purely subjective experience and decision making process in terms of what works for you and what works for others. Like, I mean, you hear the video of Jay Cutler talking about how he would live in a box and shut off everybody from his life. That's not going to work for somebody who's a fucking accountant at some big corporation and has a wife and 2 kids in elementary school. They're not going to be able to shut off everybody in their life and, just focus on their meals and their gym and then also somehow have a job and a wife and kids and all this stuff. And if they are, they're fucking Superman. But you get the point. It's all subjective and context based. So anyways, I'm just going to end up talking in circles if I keep talking about this. The lift was good. Tomorrow we got chess, so I'm stoked. Yeah. Not much else to talk about. I'm going to go in there, get a shower, get some food, take a nap with Newton. I'll see you guys.